Hi, I'm Diane McGarry with Drake at Arts. With me today are co-host Tom McGarry, pianist, composer Ari Lurie, and ASL interpreter Nora. Ari, a native of San Francisco, moved to Boston in 2010. He started playing piano in childhood. He plays mostly by ear, improvising as the music progresses. He is the composer and performer of original music compositions represented on his CD, The Awakening. His music can be used for relaxation, contemplation, and meditation. My music comes from the heart, says Ari. Before moving to Boston, he worked for many years in the San Francisco Bay Area, creating, producing, and performing musical programs. He specializes in performing music for retirement communities. Since 2010, he has performed with Cantor Lois Welber in such places as the Hebrew Senior Center and the Chelsea Jewish Nursing Home, as well as celebrations and synagogue services. I love to share my music with others and experience their joy, says Ari. Ari, it sounds like you've always played piano, and I know that you're so full of joy, you just bring joy to other people. Have you always played piano?
I probably started when I was 6 or 7. And we had a piano, a beautiful baby grand Steinway, and I'd probably be, fooling around on the piano. And then I had piano lessons, and I took, I don't know, 2 years or so with Mrs. Lazareff, which culminated in a recital of the Skater's Waltz.
Oh, wow. What fun.
No.
So, did you mostly learn technique from your piano teachers, or did you just fool around and play by ear all the time? Because they're two different skills.
I uh, can play by ear. In fact, most of what I do is by ear, improvisation. I can read music, but I'm more at home in improvising and, taking a song and kind of playing it the way I feel it.
No, I know you can read music. I didn't mean to imply that you couldn't, but it's a different technique to just play by ear, to really hear the sounds before you get there.
Yes, I basically play by ear. Yes.
That's neat. And is that how you compose pieces as well?
Oh, when it comes to composing, oh boy, I could be wherever and I hear a song in my head and I have to capture it, which means that I have to either record it or make a sketch right there and then get to the piano, and develop it.
Uh-huh.
So I don't really sit down and say, okay, I'm going to record, I'm going to compose a song. I hear a song and then I develop it. And I don't think most artists know where it comes from. That's what I've heard. They just hear something, they like it, and they want to use it.
When you say you develop it, what is that process? What does that mean?
Oh, well, I put harmony into it. I arrange it in a way that I feel it's expressing the themes. And on my awakening, each song means something to me from an experience I've had. And some of it is just, meditative music, uh, that anybody could listen to when they're in a contemplative mood or they want to relax.
So when you hear the sound, you just hear a single melody. You don't hear the
That's
full
right.
harmony.
That's right.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes.
Oh.
I guess my ear will, chime in, so to speak, and make up the harmony. But no, I just hear the melody. That's what it is, the melody.
That's interesting. So I know that you've played a lot of jazz and a lot of classical music. What's your favorite genre?
Oh boy. Classical, I'd say Chopin, um, Rachmaninoff, uh, Grieg. It really depends what mood I'm in. Schumann, I mean, it goes on and on. Tchaikovsky. With jazz, I like traditional jazz. My idol, even though I don't play the trumpet, is Louis Armstrong,
Oh,
and that
wow.
type of music. I just love it. I could listen to it forever.
Oh,
And also, popular music. I can play you a Beatles song. I could play you a song from the Broadway repertoire, the Great American Songbook.
sure.
And most of that is done by ear, although I have the music, and I can develop it more so.
Is there any type of music that you don't like? I would be surprised.
Oh, you got it. Rap. Sorry, folks who are listening, and what's the other one that goes along with that? Hip hop. I am a child of the 60s. I love 60s rock and roll.
Oh, wow.
So, if I'm at a piano and someone asks me to play, I can sit down and entertain everybody. And honestly, I don't know how I do it. I just do it.
Well, I think you've said to me that the music comes from your heart, and I think that's what happens. You just sit down
Yes.
and open your heart at the
Yes.
keyboard.
When I play, I'm not, thinking, so to speak. I'm feeling the music. And my ear is kind of guiding me, what works. But basically, I'm feeling it. And if the song has real meaning to me, I really feel it. And probably someone would have to come up to me and tap me to get out of it.
Well, I'll never do that because I love it when you play.
Oh, thank you.
So how did you start bringing things, concerts with Lois to the
Oh,
congregations and places?
well, eventually I moved to be with Lois, who is a wonderful singer in her own right. And it just seemed natural that opportunities came up where I would accompany her. Now, I have to tell you that accompanying a singer is totally different than what I've been doing all my life.
Oh, gosh, yes.
It's a challenge. Um, I hope no one gets offended by me saying it, but a lot of singers are temperamental and they want it in an exact way. And, good luck to the accompanist because he or she is there to support the singer. But it's a challenge.
Accompanying is a whole different skill.
Accompanying is a whole different school. Yes.
Yeah. Whenever I've sung with accompanist, the image I have is that they're the foundation on which I'm singing.
Mhm. It's so true. And it's so important to be there to support the singer.
Mm.
So she's not supporting you. You are supporting her with your accompaniment.
Yeah. Was that a hard transition for you?
Yes, it was, you know, and like I said, singers can be temperamental. So how do they say that? Pressing the envelope or stretching the envelope?
Pushing the envelope, yeah.
But I've pulled it off. And, Lois and I have been working, my goodness, what, 20 years together doing this. So we kind of know each other.
Uh, they must be very appreciative to the music that you bring. But you don't just bring classical and jazz or popular songs to the nursing homes, do you?
Well, in the case of Jewish venues or retirement homes, I love Jewish music. In my, let's see, in my 30s, I discovered it, and especially the Hasidic music. And I play most of it by ear. And when I do, I feel very Jewish and very happy. And it seems to rub off on those people that, are listening to it. And I guess the same is true about, other genres. I play old time music for those folks when appropriate. And if they know the song, they will sing along. And that just brings me pure joy that they are involved, and I'm just not there just to play. And I encourage them too.
Yeah, I work in assisted livings and nursing homes, and it's so important to have culture brought in to people who can't necessarily leave where they are.
That's right. They're captive audience. And so you better be good. But I've got compliments or comments like this. Oh, that's the best I've heard you. And I felt real sad, but after hearing your music, I feel happy. I couldn't ask for anything more.
Yeah.
And they, I go up and meet the folks afterwards, and they seem very appreciative that we're here.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt to have a great singer with me too.
No, it doesn't. Yes, when you have a beautiful woman on your arm, it makes a lot of difference, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
But actually, your performance for us is not with Lois. It's just all your music, which I'm very appreciative for. So you play your own works for these people as well, too, correct?
I have, yes. Yes, I have. One song that I do, which is kind of out of the genre of the music which I composed. I composed it and produced it and played it in San Francisco in 87. And then I added some additional songs in 91. But this song is, it's about a cowboy that's out there in the range, and it's twilight or whatever, and he's real tired and lonely. And so the song expresses his, I guess his loneliness. And anyway, it's called Cowboy's Lament. So it's a different type of song. And then I've composed blues songs. I have Ari's blues. I've composed a hora and a waltz, which is on the CD. So it's like a potpourri of material.
It is.
Right.
What do you think of what is it called? Jewgrass music.
Jewgrass?
Yes.
I've only heard it once or twice. I have mixed feelings about it, Okay, so someone wants to add that to Jewish music, so be it. I wouldn't say that's my favorite type of music to listen to in that genre.
I just wondered because you do a lot of ethnic music and a lot of Jewish music or religious music, and which I always find very heartwarming and wonderful. And I wondered if you liked those pieces as well. But there's so many different genres out there. It's really wonderful.
Right.
It's a wealth of choices to pick
Right.
from.
Right. So when I discovered this Hasidic music, there's a phrase in Hebrew that says "Et duet Hashem b'simcha," which means "serve the Lord with song and joy." What's so wonderful about and they're really called nigunins, they're songs without words, is that you don't have to think. You just get up and dance. That's the whole real reason, I think, why they wrote these nigunims. So you're actually praying to God by expressing your joy in dancing or singing. And that's why I love it so much. And all of it comes from the heart,
Yeah.
Earlier, you mentioned that you're a child of the 60s. I don't know if you saw or heard that the Beatles have released a new album.
Yes.
So it's, of course, the two surviving Beatles, and there's an old recording, and AI was used to augment it. And I'm not sure how they each performed, whether the two survivors performed together, but whatever. It was partly performances in the present and AI used to augment and splice in performances from the past. And I have not decided what I think about that. Have you? You think it's a good idea or a bad idea?
You know, I've never used AI. I'm kind of afraid of computers, if you will. But I'd rather hear musicians play without AI, I think.
Okay.
From their heart.
Yeah.
I guess it's going to be used, as we go along.
This is kind of a special case because two of the band members are deceased. So this is using recordings.
Right.
So in that case, I think it's a little different than using AI, certainly to replace a living person. It's also a little different if AI is somehow used to extend what a person can do.
You're right.
Technology as an aid to what humans can do. So interesting. Huh.
That is a really interesting cross. I mean, where is the line between humanity, right? What defines us as humanity when we start bringing in AI to the arts and to writing?
Yes.
Where's the soul and the heart that you keep on speaking about?
Yeah.
And where is that line? Since computers came out, my mom's now deceased, but she kept on saying, "What does the machine tell you to do?" I'm like, no, 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 no.
Yeah.
But it's a very different way of thinking, right? It's a whole different orientation. And
Yes.
there's so many things that are computerized now that we don't even think about. I mean, in your car, on your stove, your laundry, your thermostats. It's very, very different. And there's so many cameras around now too.
Yes.
Surveillance, not just for the police, but everyone has them in their yard. It's a very, very different from when it was even 20 years ago.
But of course, maybe some of the folks listening to this know about this program, which is on the Apple. It's called GarageBand. So, I mean, there are many computer programs out there that will help a composer, synthesize, if you will, and embellish his work. So in that regard, it's not just music, it's art, painting and what have you. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah. I remember when NBC, CBS, and ABC had standing full-time orchestras at their disposal. I mean, can you imagine if all the radio and TV stations just had full orchestras at their disposal? Think of how much employment there would be for the musicians, as well as different music getting out there. I mean, it's a mind-boggling concept to me how we've changed from that. And there are consequences, of course, both positive and negative consequences.
Yes. Yes, I remember I had a wonderful time in San Francisco at the Hyatt Regency I guess it was on Friday. They had a live big band, which you could dance to if you wanted to. And it was on the radio. So, it was like bringing back, I guess, in those days, in the 30s, 40s, maybe 20s, you turned on the radio and you heard this wonderful music. Tommy Dorsey and Benny Goodman, et cetera.
Oh, wow.
I love big bands. I love that music. Unfortunately, I don't think we have that many venues where you could hear that today.
No, you need a lot of space for a big band.
Yes, definitely.
But it is a very big and rich sound. You like the horns, don't you?
Yes. I do. The trombone, the clarinet, the flute, whatever.
But you've never picked up a brass instrument.
No, I at one time played a little guitar, and I'm not bragging about that, but basically it's been the piano.
Hmm.
In fact, I was a camp counselor back in the day, and they gave out awards from the movies, so I got Shoot the Piano Player. Yeah.
Have you ever considered composing for a different instrument, or you're really, really just focused on composing for the piano?
Well, not to get technical, but things like the flute, the violin, probably a lot of others are in concert A, which is the piano. So
Oh,
you would just, write out the harmonies, I suppose,
oh,
and then the melodies when you want, the flute to play the melody.
yeah.
So, but have I done that? Not really. No, I haven't.
And is that something you would ever want to try, or just not your focus?
Yes. Yes, it would be wonderful. Whenever I get together with another musician and he or she will play my song, it's like I'm in ecstasy.
Huh.
It feels so good that
Mhm.
someone else, has uh taken their talents and played the song of mine.
Cool. Well,
It's a good point.
yeah, I hope you get a chance to do that. It'd be really, really interesting.
Yeah, it would be.
Uh,
Yes.
Hmm. I'm going to sneeze again. I'm sorry. Most of your songs don't have lyrics either. They're just piano.
It's funny. I was just thinking of that fact. Yes, they don't. I'm not really a lyricist,
uh,
and maybe some of these songs could have lyrics, but I've chosen not to.
hmm.
Um, for example, if you've been to California, Northern California, just north of San Francisco, there's a county called Sonoma. And I spent time up there, and it's very peaceful, and there's, farms around there. So I wrote a song called Hills of Sonoma County.
Hmm.
Now you may hear it and you may get a totally different musical vision about what it is. But every time I play it, I see the hills,
Uh,
you know.
hmm.
So that's how I get ideas, I guess.
Hmm.
But I don't do it, intentionally.
Hmm.
It just comes spontaneously.
So you're not like some of those writers who say you have to sit down for a half hour every day and make sure you do something. That's not the way you work.
That's not the way I work. No. I mean, I've written down my music
Hmm.
so
yeah.
that, someone could see it and have played it. I have a friend, wonderful pianist,
Oh,
Mark, and he has seen my music and he has played it on the piano. So, it's important to write it down. Yes. So that you can share it with others.
have you heard other people play your music? I mean, that must be a very interesting experience.
Well, my friend Mark,
Yeah.
somebody else back in the day recorded one of my songs. So, it's not like out there.
Yeah. But it's a different artist interpreting your stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm kind
Yeah.
of technically oriented. I would be paying attention. Oh, there's a difference, and there's a difference, and
Yeah.
there's a
Right.
difference, and the timing was different. I
Right.
suspect you don't listen to other people playing your music that way. You listen differently somehow.
Yeah. But if I did make an arrangement, like you said, for example, another instrument,
Yeah.
I surely would be listening,
Yeah.
you know.
Huh.
But my music isn't jazz.
No, I know.
Uh, No, I wouldn't say at all it's jazz. The old term was new age music, I guess.
The old term.
I
You just aged all of us.
Oh, yeah.
don't have to reveal my age on this, right?
No. I just said but you gave it away by using that term. It's fine. I don't care.
Child of the 60s, that's enough.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for speaking with us today, Ari. It's always a pleasure. And please
Thank
join
you.
us for our January Arts Saturday. Register through Eventbrite. I would like to also thank all our sponsors for making these programs possible. Without their generosity, we couldn't do any of this. To become a sponsor or to receive more information about our programs, please go to drakeItarts.com or email us at drakeItarts@gmail.com. This and all our programs are archived on the Drake It Arts YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/@DrakeItArts. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.